The well over 1,000-year-old tiny stone stupa isn't the most remarkable item to see at the Royal Ontario Museum. You might not even notice it. But there is an American special agent who knows it well.
The stupa, for instance, it's a very pretty piece. It's actually on display.
Brenton Easter's hesitation to say more is because he's on a case.
I'm not really sure. There are aspects of the investigation, obviously, that we're not really ready to move forward with.
He works with a unit of Homeland Security called ICE, and ICE has a huge file known as Operation Hidden Idols. It's all about stolen treasure. Back in 2012, ICE raided the storage unit of a famous Manhattan gallery called Art of the Past, seizing nearly $100 million worth of ancient artifacts believed snatched from places of worship by organized gangs. Subhash Kapoor was the focus of the investigation. In jail in India, awaiting trial, he owned that New York gallery that sold to respected museums around the world for decades, including the Royal Ontario Museum.
I guess I would say that he would call more often than some of the other gallery dealers, and in that way I think he was a little more aggressive.
About a decade ago, the ROM acquired 8 objects from Kapoor, including that stone stupa. Dipali Dewan was sure all was in order, especially with a little figure originally from one of the tribal regions of Pakistan.
I called the donor and confirmed with them, who is a known collector, that that was the case. And at that point, it satisfied the ROM's acquisitions practice.
She'd done the due diligence, but since we first spoke months ago, CBC has obtained the history document Kapoor gave the museum. The collector named is a man American investigators say Kapoor used in an alleged scam. So, was the ROM tricked? We asked the museum days ago if it wanted to rethink its confidence in the piece or others. It simply issued a statement saying, in part, it's now working collaboratively with the special agents from Homeland Security. It won't say more. So the facts of that little stone artifact and potentially other objects from Kapoor aren't yet clear. This one, at least, sits and awaits its fate.
And Adrian Arsenault joins us now in studio for more on this story. Now, you know, as we mentioned, the Royal Ontario Museum has a great reputation for sourcing its collection, a great reputation. So what does it say about 8 of these objects in question appearing at the museum?
Well, it's tricky. I mean, this is a museum that actually hosts seminars and training programs on how to make sure institutions like itself are not duped. So they do their homework. The thing is, not everything Subhash Kapoor touched was tainted. That's why this is a pretty tricky, thorny investigation. There are some equally exquisite museums around the world that have been taken, it's believed, according to American investigators, by this man. It's not clear yet whether the ROM's been taken. It's why they're working with Homeland Security, and I think a lot of people are sort of holding their breath, just hoping it's not so.
Holding their breath. So where is the investigation at this point?
Well, he's in jail now in India, awaiting trial on a completely separate matter of trafficking antiquities there. It's a very big case in India, very important for them. The Americans have an arrest warrant out for him. They would love to get him back to U.S. soil to put these questions to them. They have seized upwards of $110 million worth of artifacts that were in that one storage facility alone. Never mind the objects that were sold over the last 30 years to museums around the world. This is probably one of the biggest cases they've ever had.